Okay, I think we are already live. Let me check if Dr. Pravin. No, it is already saying live started. No, connecting to, okay, now it has started. Now Dr. Pravin, yes. Pravin, can you unmute yourself now? No? There is some problem with the... Again, same issue, Kevur. Okay. क्या करेंगे? What do we do? Pravin, you will be able to check your input source. Input source is working properly. Hello. Can you ask him to use an alternate browser? Can you use any other browser? I think he's back. Okay, I think you're unmuted, Pravin. Again it's gone. Just asking what he's using mic. Mic is there. This is the best we can do. Browser change I don't know what is the glitch. There is a problem. 1 minute रुक not phone. हाँ प्रवीण.
हाँ अभी आ रहा है क्या आवाज?
हाँ अभी आ रहा है.
Okay.
So we have got Dr. Pravin live, Keyur. I think we are good to go. Those who want to join on the Geo Meet, you can share the link. Yes. We are able to converse. Okay, just hold on. Okay, so welcome Dr. Pravin.
Hi, good afternoon, Dr. Manjal.
Good afternoon. So for most of you, Dr. Pravin, you would be already knowing he is already doing a lot of work in pediatrics and in autism especially. So Pravin is a very close friend, my classmate, and our journey has been for many years together, and we are still together working on this topic. What is going to be very interesting is Pravin's most organized thought process. I think if the students can understand this organizing ability of your thoughts, a lot of problems in treating this very complicated illness will be sorted. So we start right from here, many other things we will learn about him as we go by. Just a second, I'll get the view correct. Yeah, so we will have Dr. Pravin right here. So, Pravin, tell us how you have got into this journey of treating autism and what have been your experiences, the challenges, and how did you go about with them? Little bit in brief. While we are going to have Dr. Pravin Jain sharing his experience during our roadmap to autism in part 2, he will be speaking on 30th of December.
Thank you, Munjal, for inviting me. And now your question was very challenging. Like, how did I start? I don't know how I started working on autism. There was no thought process. But I distinctly remember my first case of autism in 1997, just initially when we started our practice, right? So it was 1997. I remember distinctly, very distinctly remember this patient coming from a very high affluent class. She came with her child and she came with a diagnosis. Diagnosis was PDD.
Okay.
So, luckily we didn't have Google at that time to find out what is PDD. And I also don't remember that during college days, during our learnings, we ever came across autism.
No,
I don't think so. We had this topic of autism.
not at all.
So PDD was very challenging for me. I said, "What is PDD?" So then the mother herself said that pervasive developmental disorder. So I said, "Okay," and I started, "Okay, chalo," because as a homeopath, very easy to treat any disease. We have to take chief complaint, associate complaint, general spine, and then we are thorough. Yeah? No,
Yes.
no requirement for any diagnosis. So I said, okay. And as I was started taking the case, this child was disturbing me, not allowing me to concentrate. So after 10, 15 minutes, I said, let us do one thing. Because that time I had a very small clinic and there was no play area or something. My cabin. So as you see in cabin, we have a lot of um, artifacts, a lot of trophies all kept. So she was, I was not able to concentrate because I was constantly trying to control her. And
Correct.
I said, let us do one thing. You go back home. I'll give you my next appointment. You come alone. Don't bring the child. So that I'll be able to concentrate on it.
Correct.
And then she went back and she never turned up. So then, because she came through a reference patient, after 2 months, I asked her what happened to that. She didn't turn up again. So then she said the reference patient that she shifted to Singapore. I said, why? She said that इधर किसी को मालूम ही नहीं कि क्या है. तो मेरे बच्चे को जब उनको मालूम ही नहीं कि मेरे बच्चे को प्रॉब्लम क्या है, वो लोग ट्रीट कैसे करेंगे? And she
Exactly.
was from an affluent family, and then she shifted to Singapore for treatment for a child. And
Correct.
that was my first encounter. फिर वो मैंने ढूंढा what is PDD? It is a pervasive developmental disorder, and so on. Still, that was my first experience with pediatric, where I said something is to be done. And slowly they developed into the idea that I wrote a pediatric book, and then we developed this idea of having child observation room in our clinic in 2006. So after almost 12 years of my practice down the line, I realized that for pediatric patients, you need to have some special place where, you don't get distracted by the child, but you enjoy being distracted by the child.
Yes.
So that's where my pediatric journey started. And then autism, I think, because it was very new topic, and I think the main reason for, as a homeopathy, handling autism is that there is no other option for the parents except for speech therapy and OT.
Yes.
So probably as I started establishing myself as a pediatrician, so I started getting cases of autism. And then systematically from 2008, I started visiting Chandigarh, my branches in homeopathy, Chandigarh and Delhi, only for these cases of disability disorders, autism. That's the way it started. And there also, as we know, starting there were a lot of problems. I was not knowing what to take. So I was just trying to pick up one or two rubrics what the patient was exhibiting. Somebody was jumping, directly taking that rubric jumping and prescribing on that.
Yes.
Some success, some failures, and then slowly this journey started. Of course, that time the number of patients were also very less, so वो realize नहीं हुआ कि क्या कहाँ पे fail हो रहे. But as time went away and number of patient increased, then I said अरे jumping तो सब में common है, ये तो सब में common है.
Yes.
So then slowly I started like there's something deeper needs to be understood, and then that's the way it started.
Yes.
Then you also tell your journey because it is not
Yes.
about
Yes. So I will definitely share my journey also. Like Pravin said, fourth year or undergraduate levels, autism is never taught. And I believe when we passed, that is in 1994, even MD pediatricians were not aware of this. So today, the scene is a little more different. And what Pravin said, PDD, pervasive developmental disorder, was an older nomenclature of autism spectrum disorders. Today we call it autism spectrum. Then it was called pervasive developmental disorder.
1997.
Yes. So 1997 till very recently, that is, we follow the DSM-5. In DSM-5, you will see that it is called autism spectrum disorder. Only a single heading is given. Now, little bit information on why it is called pervasive developmental disorder. The idea is that this disorder has got developmentally, there are problems in your neuronal circuitry, and practically it's spread across the brain, across your CNS. That is why it is pervasive. It pervades the whole of CNS. There is no one lesion that you can find out. So very similar. For me, my journey began with Dr. Barwalia. So we were quite a bit under an umbrella, under some guidance and a very able guidance of Dr. Barwalia. So the idea was there. Unlike what Pravin faced, where he came, the first patient comes in and you're just faced with completely new diagnosis with no Google. So he had by and large to find out his own ways. For me, there was quite a bit of guidance. So the journey was fairly easy because before I treated my first case of autism independently, I had seen quite a few patients with Dr. Barwalia at Spandan. So that was an advantage. So one of the biggest issues with a homeopath is the less number of patients of one particular condition that you see. So you are not able to really understand the disease so well. So that, so my next question then is, Pravin, how did you get through this maze of symptoms where suddenly what you were taking as very peculiar and important turns out to be it is common to most of the patients? So how did you, in brief, tell us what was important, what is not important? How could you figure that out?
So again, going back to that history again, so 1996, 97, sorry, that patient came to me, problem. Pediatric was a problem, so I started learning pediatrics. And my daughter, when she was born in 1999, then I, actually started ki,
Yes.
"Arey baap re, abhi kar rahe ho kya?"
Correct.
As a parent, not as a doctor, but as a parent, it was challenge. And 2003, I wrote my book, Essential of Pediatrics, because, and my aim was from day one, the aim was that if I am able to give result, everybody should be able to give result.
Exactly.
With that idea, I don't know from where that idea came to me, probably because my mind is more of a technical kind of a mind, which where there is no ambiguity. So with that, started like pediatric also. When I approached pediatric, I also tried to make structure.
Yes.
And from day one, I was interested in repertory, so I used to make rubrics, special rubrics.
Okay.
Suppose I see a problem, and then I say, okay, ये problem है. So what, as a homeopath, what we usually do is we take that rubric from various repertory, combine it, and make a rubric.
Correct.
Right. So that we call, if you remember, we call as combined rubrics.
Yes.
So fear of dark. Kent has got 10 remedies, synthetic has got 15 remedies, and there is another cross reference, darkness aberration. So what do we combine?
Yes.
We use a tool in repertory combining, and then we use it for that particular patient, and then we forget it. But
Correct.
what I was doing was that whenever I used to do such thing, that I used to save that in my another uh, uh, in Vision we have my repertory.
My repertory.
Uh,
Yes.
so in Kara also we had a feature where user defined repertory.
Correct.
So again, why that aim is that कि एक ही चीज बार बार क्यों करने का?
Exactly.
Why do repeat the same task again and again and waste time in the clinic? So if I came across that, suppose fear of dark, we have to see these cross references, combine that into one and save it. So next time you just use that user defined or your saved. So this is the way I started creating rubrics. Slowly, slowly it is translated into formation of pediatric repertory.
Right.
Similarly, in cases of autism, हर बार jumping मिला, कभी ये मिला, कभी वो मिला. तो ऐसे I started making groups of rubrics. But वो help नहीं किया इतना. Then I don't know from where this idea of sensory processing disorder that came to. I think might be research.
Yes.
So I don't remember exactly that when this idea came that sensory processing is an important aspect of autism.
Yes.
And when I read Boger also, I was reading Boger also because I was following Boger Morningus a lot. In that book, I don't remember exactly, but book with then it was meant that senses are very important. So whenever you try to crack a case, you try to focus on senses. तो वहां से वो correlation आया. And then I started reading sensory processing. What is sensory processing? What exactly it means, and how is reflected in autism? Then I realized that different symptoms, a child jumping, a child climbing, actually that is a part of vestibular senses. And then slowly I started this way. I started segregating. Achha, this forms a group of vestibular. This forms a group of proprioception. This
Yes.
forms a group of visual. This is an auditory. तो
Yeah.
वो ग्रुप बनाते गए और ग्रुप की फिर वो रूब्रिक बनते गए slowly and when I tested these rubrics, the results started improving.
Yes. So here I will point out to my audience this very interesting journey that if you would have heard Dr. Hardik's interview, which we did just 2-3 days back, and if you have attended the first part of this roadmap to autism, the key thing, whatever way each one has traveled, was to classify your symptoms. Where is it coming from? Where it is belonging. So that becomes the key thing in autism. So either it's trial and error with some research, with already a guidance given. So this is what we are going to really explore in detail in this part 2 of autism, where we will get into the nitty-gritty of it. And what is going to be unique for this part 2 is we have 3 different homeopaths talking about the same problem, and each one is going to share their journey, because then there is a good possibility that you would resonate with one of us in our journey. So part 2 is very more comprehensive and seeing the same phenomena from different viewpoints and how you deal with it. So I would urge you to get into this webinar and register it. We have 6 sessions total. We have already spoken with Dr. Purnima, who's talked about the psychology behind it and the parenting aspect. So we are going to explore this in far more details. So, Dr. Pravin, any other plans you have got for this part 2? You are doing far more deeper work. Some glimpses of that recent understandings that have come to you.
See, there is now this is very important point in autism. See, I started my journey in 1997. साल में एक केस, 2 केस. Okay. 2003, when I started my, kind of a more concentrated pediatric practice.
Correct.
3 महीने में एक केस ऑटिज्म का. Okay. 2008, when I started in seeing patients in Chandigarh, so there with, because I used to visit once in 3 months. So 7-8 patients of autism used to, we used to gather at one time.
Yes.
2015, the patients started, increasing. Like once a month, you get a patient of autism. So when patients were less, your experimentation was also less. 2018-19 onwards, I don't remember why, but I started getting much interested in autism. फिर मेरा autism it became major part of my practice. I started because as you decode things ना, then you get more interested. अच्छा चलो challenge है, अच्छा ये भी करते हैं. And luckily for me, came COVID. It was an unlucky event, but it turned out to be a lucky event for me because I was also working on online treatment before COVID. So
Yes.
2017, 18, 19 में मैंने सिस्टम बना रहा था ऑनलाइन इवेंट्स का कि ऑनलाइन ट्रीटमेंट कैसे कर सकते हैं.
Correct.
Then came COVID. So my work for 3-4 years for online treatment, suddenly people started realizing that yes, online treatment is possible.
Yes.
And then down the line from COVID, from 2020, 2023 was the most challenging, most interesting phenomena where the number of patients suddenly increased. ऐसा लगता है कि एपिडेमिक आ गया. कोविड का तो आया था. And then we saw
Autism.
big increase in number of patients of autism. Parents started realizing, but the problem has also increased, and COVID was a major reason. We can share this in our webinar that why COVID had it.
Yes.
So जो number increase हुआ है ना, and now see previously autism, I know I was only very few people. स्पंदन, विजयकर, मैं बहुत कम लोग sporadically कि cases ही नहीं थे. And now I feel that every homeopath must be seeing at least 5 to 10 patients of autism in a month. But
Easily.
problem है मुंजाल सबसे बड़ा, the biggest problem is that now they have the patient,
The know-how.
they have the know-how, they don't have the tools.
Yes.
So this webinar of autism, I think is going to help homeopathy in large, is going to benefit a lot. Why? Because see, autism, as I understood, there is no treatment available, right? Allopathically. So if you have asthma, there is an option for a patient to go to Ayurveda, allopathy, homeopathy, whatever. Autism, there is no option because maximum what a pediatrician will tell you that OT, speech therapy, dietary changes, and a few other here and there, but nothing actually focusing on autism.
Yes.
And as a homeopath, we have seen that we have results.
Yes.
This is an area where we have an upper hand right from the beginning.
True.
Compared to allopaths. The number of cases are increasing, so people are looking up to us, and here we can definitely prove that this is the result. This was the case. Child was not talking, and see the child talking. And even allopaths now, when they don't have result, they have started accepting our results. Okay, yes, you are doing good. So I think this is a very good opportunity for homeopathy in general, where now we can prove that yes, at least चलो तुम बाकी मानो नहीं मानो, बाकी प्लेसिबो है, बट ऑटिज्म में हमारा प्लेसिबो नहीं है. ऑटिज्म में हमारा मेडिसिन है which is working. And every homeopath now, see, when there is a problem coming to you, you should be prepared. There is a war, and the enemy is going to attack you, so you should be prepared. So I think that, and homeopaths are not prepared, believe me.
Yes.
5 years down back, even allopaths were not knowing what is autism. There were so many, patients, they come and they share the history के हमने वो डॉक्टर बताया नहीं कुछ नहीं है, बच्चा लेट बोलेगा.
Correct.
So allopaths were not aware. Now they are aware.
Yes.
Homeopaths are not aware. So we need to make them aware and also give them tools that see this is the enemy, fight with it. And if we can do that as a collective,
yes,
we can be a good boost for homeopathy.
Yes, we can put this should be our flagship program.
Yes.
Because it's a very niche area where we can do very good work. So
and the problem is increasing.
Yes, and it is going to rise.
They're going to rise.
The way we are living, things are going to get more and more. The incident prevalence will keep on rising. So
and Munjal, अभी तो Trump भी आ गए हमारे competition में. He's also suggesting remedies. Don't give Tylenol. See,
Correct.
people are laughing,
Yes.
but I feel that at least they are now realizing that Tylenol can also cause problem.
Yes.
Whether
True.
right or wrong, that is debatable.
True.
But at least Trump has made the two things which he has done very good for homeopathy is that first he accepted that allopathic medicine like a safest which we also use Tylenol can
True.
cause problem.
It's
And
not that
secondly,
safe.
he made people aware of autism.
Yes.
तो ये दो भी बहुत बड़ा ना boost है हमारे लिए, boost in the sense that
Absolutely.
we should be able to prove ourselves now.
Yes.
An opportunity is there.
Yes. So we would invite all of you to take advantage of this wonderful series that we are going to do it in December. And looking forward for your registration. I'm looking forward for Pravin's lecture on the 30th. I will be there. And we have the whole team together. So thank you so much, Pravin, for your valuable time.
Thank you.
We go ahead with more details during the Roadmap of Autism Part 2.
Just last
Part 1 also will be available. We will share the details very soon. So you need not have the FOMO that without Part 1 you can't do Part 2.
just again, Mujal, I would like to repeat again
Yes.
what last I spoke. An opportunity is there for every homeopath to prove themselves. So learn it, learn the tool. How otherwise, you everybody will again like struggling that jumping. They take symptoms like jumping and they will try to struggle. But if you understand and prepare yourself,
True.
future is for you.
I think you don't need to repeat the mistakes that we made. So better. You have a platform from where you can really take off and take it further over a period of. So see you all there. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you. See you all there.
Bye bye.